Go.
Now. Oh. Welcome to the show, guys.
Screw it.
Doc's going to have to memorize the buttons again because they switched
I
the
tell you,
buttons.
this is the worst part, trying to figure out, okay, hit the button, go live, hit the right button, all right, start. No. Screwed up completely. It's like, okay, we're done, goodbye. All right, let's just start terrible.
Why don't you try it again, Doc, just to make it official?
To the opening credits again. Well, the show started. We've been on 30 seconds.
I don't know.
Okay, well, whatever you're going to do.
Oh no, because now it is live.
It is.
I know we're live. I know we're live. But go ahead and do. Have an opening. It's a show.
Oh.
Isn't it?
I know everybody's just like, where's the opening? Where's the opening? All right, okay.
Okay.
But where is it?
Is it soup yet?
Yes.
Oh,
Hey, it's time for Thursday Night Soup.
That's right.
Join Doc, co-host Jeff Kendall,
That's
and
me.
many other
Howard.
famous celebrities as we discuss music, movies, and just plain cause havoc across the internet. And now, get ready.
What?
Let's welcome
Really?
Doc
Yes.
Dacus.
Yes. Christmas is
I want
over.
my Thursday night soup now.
We're opening together. Ty, are we satisfied? Okay, hello. Welcome to the Boxing Day special. Yay, yay. Whoopee. I know. Featuring Jeff Kendall.
Yes. Hi.
Yeah, and also featuring Tim
I
Allen.
love it when things go wrong.
Yeah, it was terrible.
You guys missed it. Doc did the most wonderful, friendly hello intro, and we weren't live.
Yeah, we weren't live.
You guys
yeah.
missed it. So you guys got this instead.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Yeah.
Happy Boxing Day, everybody. It's
Happy Boxing Day. Look, there's some people out there.
Hi,
Hello
Mike.
from Mike. Hello
Hi,
from
Peter.
Yes, and hello
So where
from
Peter lives, it's already tomorrow. It's already December 27th.
Oh wow.
So
What day is that?
It's
That's not much.
it's Friday over where Peter is, I think. Is it like after midnight, Peter? Is it getting close?
I don't know.
I don't think they do daylight saving, so it's either
Okay, so it's,
1 or 2 in the morning.
Hi,
there.
Piccolina. So it's December
Oh,
27th.
Paulina, hello.
Piccolina, what's up?
Yeah,
So
very nice.
whatever, but the, mhm.
I'm still clicking on buttons over here, trying to figure out where
You've done enough damage, Doc.
You need to get you a little pad and
I
start
can't
writing
tell.
what
I
the
can't
this
find-
button is this button is that.
I bid you welcome.
I gotta get that.
Okay.
I gotta get
Okay.
that.
So it's technically Friday over there, but happy Boxing Day.
I don't
They
know.
don't
if
do
Tim knows.
daylight saving, so it's 1.
Yeah, 1 o'clock in the morning. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know.
That's
I
fine.
don't know if Tim knows, but when you're doing StreamYard, and you got all these little buttons on the right hand side, it's got comments and clip things and all this kind of stuff. And you got to hit the right one. It's hard.
It
It's hard.
happens.
It's 1:05. He's got 7.5 hours. He just started.
So
Ooh.
he gets to go home like about 8 o'clock in the morning. So, or because he works the night shift. Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. So he's watching us to take in time.
And watching this while you okay.
But if I can do this correctly, like I had planned to, and nothing's going to plan, it is Boxing Day.
It is.
It is. And you know what happens on Boxing Day?
Rally's got these punches and bunches.
Exactly. You've got hooliganism.
So that was that Richard Dolan and somebody else? Maybe.
Thank goodness we live in a PC world.
Yeah.
Whatever. So get ready for lots of these flying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, whatever.
It's a crazy thing. It's Thursday. It's Boxing Day. I had to go out to Walmart this morning to get a phone card because my phone I have to redo my phone for another month. There were a couple of ladies fighting over Christmas stuff.
Cute. Fun.
And I'm, Christmas is next year, man.
Oh no, but you got to get those after Christmas sales.
So they were looking at like the Christmas fruit cakes and Christmas cookies, and are they going to put them away for 11 months? They're going to be green.
No, they mark them down 50%.
Yeah, I know, but they were fighting over some kind of cookies with sprinkles and stuff on them.
Sprinkles.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but
it's mine. But it's interesting.
I went to 2 stores today, and neither of them were overly busy.
Oh, Walmart in the morning.
I went to Target today, and they were very, very busy. I was like, really? You have to be this busy?
Yeah.
I went to a couple of supermarkets, and was like, oh, not bad. And I got what I wanted and checked right out. It wasn't like long lines to check out.
Busy because everybody just bought, thousands of dollars worth of food. So now supermarkets are going to be busy, but stores like Walmart and Target
returns and stuff.
And they
already had the return line at Walmart, but they had everything. All the Christmas related items were marked half price, and there was this one box of cookies with sprinkles, and 2 ladies wanted it,
and they were fighting over it.
Well, they were kind of,
Well, that's what boxing.
Nice. There was a couple of shots there that landed from.
Well, it is Boxing Day, so I guess they should have been boxing over it.
Makes sense. Yeah. If you're going out shopping somewhere, it's bound to be nutty.
Yeah, something's going to be that way.
It's going to be like that. But I avoided all that somehow.
Yeah, me too. It's been rainy and yucky, and I went and got what I needed and came home. So
I went and made sure for the last time that my Target never got, and they never did. I was still looking for the Blue Vinyl Beatles album. I went that day and they didn't have it, and I went like a couple days later, and I've gone like once a week ever since, and I just don't think they ever got it. Or they haven't put it out if they did get it. There's no one else to ask.
But when it comes to Christmas, we can say, what did everybody get? I got leftovers.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I got. Leftovers, yes. So hey, it saves on the food bill. I'm gonna get to eat.
Yes, sounds good. Stay home and eat.
I got one present. That's it. It's just one present.
What did you get, Tim?
I'll be right back. I have to.
Okay. Tim's going to go get his present and we'll wait.
Oh, no, I'm not getting my present. I have to charge my phone.
Oh, okay.
I'm just looking. I can't see there it is.
Well, let's see what Jeff Kendall got for Christmas.
Doesn't Tim need to see it?
Well, you can still peek.
Okay. Well,
I can see.
You can see it. Okay. I got this. This is my big present from my son. It's the Rolling Stones singles collection, the London Years. And my son, I opened up. My son says, "Dad, are you sure? Make sure he got me the right one." He got me a Japanese copy.
What?
I'm sorry, I don't speak Japanese.
I mean, there's a booklet in Japanese and a booklet in English. But it sounds really good. I really enjoy it.
It's different.
So that was my big Christmas for my son. Now, a good friend named Robert P. Thank you, Robert P. This is the Tubular Bells 2-disc set. This has a DVD in it as well.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
This was
very good. Yes, thank you, Robert P. And that's the stuff I got so far.
Wow. Okay.
And I got some clothes, and I got a little green stuff, and
Oops. I think I hit another wrong button. I'm sorry.
Did you kick Tim off?
I think I might have.
He'll come back and say, "What happened?" Yeah.
Sorry.
Mhm.
Good luck with that clip.
He's having to re-memorize his buttons because it changed the buttons.
No, I can't remember. Jeff, there are a ton of buttons over there.
Like I said, get you on those little teeny tiny pads and write them everything down and say, okay, this is,
The buttons are all there. I just got to hit the right ones. If I hit a wrong one. So anyway, yes, it's Boxing Day. Hey.
Happy Boxing Day.
Happy Boxing Day, yes.
Happy
Razak was telling him, you come to me. Nice jab there from Abdul Razak.
It's Boxing Day.
It is.
It's Boxing Day, yes. Wait. Tim Allen's coming back.
Tim's coming back.
I took my phone and then my internet shut off. That's never happened before. I'm like, what the heck? Plug my phone and poof, there it goes.
Ask somebody.
Okay, so you get something for Christmas?
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
Yes, they are, Peter.
But I also got other finds that are way better.
Okay.
I got this. Yippee.
Ooh. Okay.
Who are they?
This is gonna be like the most generic read on the Beatles ever. I just know it is.
It's like by Bruce Spicer?
No, it's by no one. You can tell because there's no name on the cover, so it's just a generic book.
It's a
great. That's it. That's the only Christmas present I got.
Okay, and you said you got some thrift store stuff.
Well, yeah, I did. Did you? I didn't. I went off, so I didn't see. Did Doc get anything?
He said he got leftovers.
I got leftovers.
Mm-hmm.
And you got the Stones, Jeff? Is that all
I got
you
the Rolling Stones, and Robert P. sent me this, the Tubular Bells.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. All right, that's cool.
I think they're dwarfins.
Yes, they are. I look like little kids, but who knows?
I think they're dwarfins.
I was looking for facial hair, but I didn't see any.
Well, I can show you what I found. It's not exciting till I get to the thing that I found today, which wasn't at the thrift store.
Okay,
but I couldn't. They had tons of this kind of stuff, but at $1 a piece, I just picked out the ones I really wanted. But I bought them because of condition. Okay, we'll start with Nat King Cole.
Ooh,
These things look like I just pulled them out of the shrink wrap. Like I just cracked them open, and I mean, look at how white these are.
Ooh, these from the 50s.
50s and early 60s. I mean, somebody put a little tape on some of the inner sleeves. That's it. I won't show you all, but I mean, these things are minty.
Nice collection.
Probably older than I am records for the most part. Minty, and I couldn't just leave them sit there. So
and they're for $1.
Yeah, so I bought. I mean, the core is Mayo used to say on his channel. You know, crisp, no ring wear, crisp corners. Nice edges, you know. I mean, look at these things. They're perfect.
They're sharp. You could hurt yourself on them.
Absolutely amazing. And then I got
more cool.
Another one, okay.
Another Nat King Cole. I mean, look at no staining. You get that brown dot staining sometimes.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Ooh. Like I said, probably looks from a
like
collection. Yeah.
Minty.
More cool.
You just don't see this kind of stuff. So
it looks like they've been waxed.
And I haven't cleaned them or anything. The covers, nothing. This is how they were. This is Hawaii Sings or whatever Hawaii calls. Some of my bought just because the covers are cool. I got
Riley High and other hits.
Patty Pages. I mean, look how glossy this. This is back when they used to do glossy covers in America, which was
I can see her marks.
Yeah, high fidelity too.
Indiscretion. I bought this one because it's called Indiscretion. Yeah, this one might even be. It doesn't say stereo. It just says high fidelity. And then I bought Patty Page, Page 1. This is like a greatest hits.
Ooh, hi, Kimba.
Kimba's here too. Hello.
Yes. Hey.
Minty.
They didn't have Page 2, but they had Page 3.
Yeah. Okay.
So
somebody kept Page 2.
I mean, just absolutely
$1 a piece.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is, but I like the cover, and it's just nice shape.
Looks like lounge music.
I grabbed it. You know, I mean, again, look at you learn how to dance on the back.
It's got piano on it.
Dance record. Yeah.
I love Nelson Riddle. I like his
Zippy
stuff more, and these won't be. But I mean, look at these. These are incredible.
Does it sound like Batman music?
No.
Oh.
I doubt it. These are incredible. I mean, they're just so clean. You just do not see vinyl that looks like this.
Yes.
Especially at a thrift, this old and at a thrift store.
Yeah, it would be all yellowy looking if it was.
Yeah.
I actually own this album, but
Mhm.
I couldn't pass this up because this copy is.
Oh, the Ames Brothers. Okay.
Destination Moon. Dinah Washington does a better version of the song, but I bought it for the song, and it's very space agey, you know.
Hello,
Hey, George.
Hello, George. Hello.
Oh, good.
Look at all this minty stuff for like $1.
Les Baxter's.
Oh, okay.
Again, I'm just stunned by the.
Yeah, I'm stunned and amazed.
They look brand new.
I'm shocked and stunned.
Not a speck of ring wear, nothing.
I still think they're from a collection.
Well, no, these clearly all belong to the same person.
Oh, yeah, like somebody.
I bought the most exciting one, so you can imagine what I left behind because these were the exciting ones.
Dolly's dishwasher. Yeah, this is somebody from the 50s.
You know, but this is This is probably the coolest one I bought.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Johnny Nash.
Early Johnny Nash. You know, way before I could see clearly now and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, very early Johnny Nash.
Does he sing reggae or does he sing pop?
I got a feeling this could be. Well, I don't think it's reggae because it's Don Costa.
Oh, okay, Don Costa.
It could have a beat to it. You know, I don't know, but you know, I'll look at the vinyl on this one.
Let's see the vinyl. Look at that.
Inner sleeve, by the way.
Yes, nice inner sleeve.
The ABC Paramount. But I mean, look at these. I mean, they're perfect.
50s. Yeah.
They don't even need a Ronco record cleaner.
Yeah, record cleaner.
No, these things are immaculate. I wouldn't have bought them if they weren't. They wouldn't have interested me. But,
right.
Yeah.
And then today,
I'd
heard a rumor that our Ollie's was closing, so I went to check it out, and it wasn't. And I was glad because our Big Lots is. I guess everybody's Big Lots is.
No,
I didn't go to Big Lots. I drove by and looked at the sign. It said nah. But
Ooh,
I found this at Ollie's for $8.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
The John Lennon Plastic Ono Band book that was probably like 75 when it was released.
Well,
right.
A bargoon.
Still shrunk, $8.
Great.
And I love this, the pages. This is the pages. They printed that right on the pages.
Wow.
Because see, this is the back spine. That was the pages. So now I have the Plastic Ono Band book to go along with the Imagine book. And probably in a couple of years, I'll find the Mind Games book.
By the time you get the Mind Games book, the Walls and Bridges book will be out.
That's okay.
But
yeah, well, this was my big find of the day. $8 for this, which is a great price.
And how much did you pay for all those records?
Well, $1 a piece. I think
I'd buy that for $1.
Right there.
Aha.
You can do the math. All right.
Sounds good.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
what I got. But at least I found something.
Yeah, they do. And if anybody wants to know, even my kitties got some stuff. This was their stocking. It was full of cat toys. So if we're on the screen and you hear a squeak now and then they get, but it wasn't good because they wake you up at 4 o'clock in the morning squeaking the cat toy in bed. Other than that, they enjoyed their Christmas too, running through the apartment with a toy in their mouth and
they jumping up and down like, look what Daddy got me.
And we got them some catnip too, so they were rolling in it and
that's a video,
I know my son made one. So
God, put it up on.
So I might talk him into seeing it sometime. I'm gonna talk to him about it.
Yes, stuff like that is like goes nuts on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People want to see cats going insane on cat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Get it up.
Mm-hmm. It's on his phone. I'll talk to him about it. So.
I guarantee you, you'll be a star.
I'll be a star.
At least cat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As for me, I just got leftovers. So.
Good, you have a lot of food though.
Oh yeah, well, you get one of those Tupperware things. Whatever.
Oh, full of
just jam it full of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even get any leftovers.
No. Well,
I got some leftovers, and they're most all gone now. But I
ate a lot though, so at least
me too.
Ate a lot.
But it was good though.
Not any leftovers.
Yeah, that's all I got. But today, thanks to a Stephen Schnee recommendation and a link provided in Facebook, I watched Santa Claus versus the Devil.
Ooh.
It's just Santa Claus. It's never been called Santa Claus.
It might as well have the brackets on there just for.
It's just Santa Claus.
Says know what I'm talking about. So anyway, it was pretty like, oh my gosh, what is this? So like, yeah, we were saying before the first 50 minutes is padding.
Yeah.
And like Santa Claus is at this organ and let's see what the kids in.
Yeah,
well,
I was telling you before the chat, they filmed the movie and it was too short, and they're like, we can't release it at this length. So they filmed like 15 minutes of extra footage of all this kids celebrating Christmas, and they shove it at the very beginning of the film. I'm like, oh my god! So the padding was at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kid, but that is pretty bad. That is pretty bad.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, they're showing like kids in different countries, and then they got England, and I thought, oh, they all sing a Christmas song in their native language, and here's the kids in England. London Bridge is falling down. What? That's not a Christmas song. No. And so, what about?
You would have thought the kids would be singing "The Mood Is Right."
Yeah,
true.
Yeah,
that's true. But no, they weren't. And then it took a while. Like I'm sitting there, like Santa. What about the good old USA? Finally, kids in the USA. Oh shit! What? Oh, Mary had a little lamb. What?
No. That's not a Christmas song.
That's not a Christmas song, kid.
No, okay. Enjoy it.
I just finished watching a complete unknown excellent movie.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Well, if you ever find out what it is, James, let us know.
Yeah. Who's in it? Who's the star of it? Yeah.
But, and this Devil movie, it just seemed to go on for too long anyway. I don't know why they needed padding. I was like, come on, finish, whatever. And, like, let's see what the three naughty boys are doing and see if we can redeem them.
You know what? You know the origin of those films, don't you? That film, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I forget the guy's name. He's really famous. He's around in the late 50s and early 60s.
Is it K. Gordon Murray?
Yeah, K. Gordon Murray. He was a film importer, and what he specialized is with Saturday matinees for kids, and he would bring in like Mexican films mostly, but any foreign film he could get his hands on, and he would dub it into English, and he would rewrite the dialogue, sometimes the entire plot of the film, to make the words match the mouth movements as best as possible. So that sometimes the people are saying nonsense things, but it looks like they're talking.
Yeah.
That was the whole point of that. That's what he did.
Yeah, there was
is dubbing films like that.
Yeah, I've seen a few of his movies. There was a Mexican wrestler named Santo.
Yeah, he did a lot of the
Santo several movies. Of his movies.
He did a lot of horror movies,
Mexican wrestling. Oh,
but he did a lot of kids movies too. If there's a dumb foreign kids movie, it's probably K. Gordon Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was a little suspicious because sometimes it looked like the mouth didn't match the words, but then I thought, well, maybe
you got to look carefully.
No, that was the whole point, to try to make it as best as possible. So he would rewrite the dialogue, and sometimes it had nothing to do with the original movie at all.
Yeah, but I was watching this thing, and I was thinking, well, maybe the movie's out of sync because it is a movie.
No. It's a Mexican movie. So who knows what those kids were actually singing? They probably were all singing Christmas songs.
Something different.
But, you know, K. Gordon Murray changed it. You know.
Yeah, and one of the actresses in a lot of those movies, her name was Lorena Velasquez. She's really, she's pretty good looking. So. Yeah,
but he didn't have anything to do with making most of them. Maybe later in his career he did. But what he did is imported them and then changed them, re-edited them.
That guy on the USA Network, Captain USA, back in the 90s, showed a few of them.
Yeah, I mean that's what he did. He was an importer.
Yeah, some terrible titles, something like The Robot versus the Aztec Mummy or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'd seen a couple clips, like. Yeah,
me too.
Oh, look, what the hell is he doing fighting the devil? So, like, I had to see this thing.
Yeah.
So I watched it.
I think it's an interesting movie once you get past the first 15 minutes, which is just, like I said, why did they put it at the beginning?
It didn't need the padding. I was bored after.
Well, no, but it's hard to release a movie in a theater as a theatrical release if it's under an hour long.
Right.
And that movie was under an hour long, so it needed to be longer to get it to get anybody to watch it. You can't release the movie that.
We got to redeem everybody, and we got to, like, oh no, the devil's doing this to screw up Santa, and oh, how's he going to get it? Oh, he's got Santa up a tree. Oh no!
Oh no!
Yeah, how are we going to rectify this? And I had no idea that Merlin was still alive and working at the North Pole. There's a lot of all these kids from different countries. They help Santa up there. Like, don't you have homes? Why are you at the North Pole helping Santa? All these children.
It probably wasn't Merlin in the original film.
Somebody else, yeah. It wasn't the North Pole, Doc. It was
Gordon Murray probably came up with that.
That's what the movie had. Merlin had to give him the little flower that he sniffs to make him
just a wizard,
Yeah, of course, on the way up, they have to stop off at Tukiyuk on the way to the North Pole.
Didn't even mention Tukiyuk.
I have to. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Well, I know the title, but I don't remember watching it.
I may have seen it.
Yeah, I don't know that movie.
Like years ago.
Yeah, the title sounds familiar, but that's as far as that goes. Yeah. But I mean, it was only this year, like a couple of weeks ago, that I finally saw Santa Claus Against the Martians.
Yeah.
I actually think if you took the first 15 minutes away, I think Santa Claus is probably better than Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think it's a better film.
No. Not with all that singing stuff. That was so boring.
Yeah, but come on, Santa Claus Conquers the at the end, how did they beat the bad guys? They throw toys at them. I mean, oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, it's all they had. Yeah.
Now there was a VHS cassette that Zachary did that probably everybody's seen called Horrible Horror with all those clips and there's a big portion of that movie in that. And it's got clips and trailers and whatever. And I think they tried to elongate it for Tubi, put some extra stuff, but it's called Horrible Horror. One of those good time ones.
It's got some extra stuff.
Mm-hmm. Extra stuff, yeah.
Extended
So that's
version.
That's where I remember that movie from. Mm-hmm.
Hooray for Santa Claus!
Mm-hmm.
In Martian green.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yeah. Woohoo.
There you go.
Wow. Yeah.
So that's where I remember the film from.
For all those people who like, there wasn't really. Yes, there was.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Pia Zadora is in it.
Yeah, young Pia Zadora. Mm-hmm.
Very young Pia Zadora.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Not to be confused with Lupita in this Santa Claus movie, other Santa Claus movie. You know, like, don't listen to the devil and steal the doll. Be good, you know, and you'll get your doll sooner. By the time she gets the doll, it's the size of her. Like, holy cow, you got to drag that around? Wow. So, I don't know. It was nice to see the devil.
It is. Mm-hmm.
Of
Yeah.
course.
No,
I
just
saw
watched-
that movie in a theater when I was a kid. I'm pretty
did
sure
you?
my mom dragged me and my brother and stuck us in a movie while she went and did shopping or something. I remember seeing Santa Claus, the movie, in a theater when I was.
Yeah, that's where I watched it, Kimba. I forgot I was gonna write down the channel name, but they've got both those movies on like one big, like a double feature thing.
I probably have them on 4 different. They're on. You name the old. I don't know what companies. There's so many companies that these that do public domain stuff. I probably have both of those movies probably 5 times on DVD, just on various collections of stuff. They're always thrown on there.
Mm-hmm.
But the one that came with that something weird of Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, a movie came with that 45, and that's the best I've ever seen it. It still isn't great, but it's way better than any other copy I've ever seen.
Wow. Fantastic.
Yep, that's good. And I was also watching a bunch of the Christmas television shows. Because I even watched there was a Christmas episode of The Twilight Zone where this bum becomes Santa Claus and finds a bag full of toys. Art Carney plays the bum.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's Art Carney.
Yeah. And also
one of the hour-long ones. That's in the season, and they were an hour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then there was a Petticoat Junction Christmas and a Beverly Hillbillies Christmas. I dragged out a Dick Van Dyke Christmas episode from the 3rd season. That was I remember little bits of it. It was 1963.
And please, we have the person who knows more about Christmas movies than anyone, Stephen Schnee.
Stephen Schnee, yes.
Who tells all about these Christmas movies with devils and robots and
all that kind of stuff.
I'm frozen. I
saw you blink.
Oh, okay. No, I posted yesterday, and Doc saw the link. Now, I think Tim may have mentioned this, or somebody did in the past, and I've seen it before. But yesterday, this has been probably my worst Christmas. So I spent Christmas entirely alone this year. I was had a stomach ache and stuff. So I was laying on the couch, and I stumbled across that link that I shared to you, Doc, or I mean to Facebook, which had the movies, what they're calling Santa Claus versus the Devil, but it's actually a movie just called Santa Claus.
Yeah, it's just called Santa Claus.
Yeah, but they were advertising it Santa Claus versus the Devil. It was like a double feature, Santa Claus versus the Devil and Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. And Santa Claus Conquers the Martians looks like a major Hollywood epic compared to the movie Santa Claus, which was pretty horrible, but I still watched it all. But I love that cheese. There's another thing called, I think it's called the Magical Christmas Tree or something, which I'd never seen before. And that makes the movie Santa Claus look like a major Hollywood epic. Yeah, I mean, that looks like...
Too. I need to watch it. I still haven't watched it.
Which one, Santa Claus or the
the Magical Christmas Tree? It's ads for it on YouTube, but I haven't.
It's beyond horrible, which is what makes it awesome.
Just the color toning of the one little picture that you get makes it look, like it's not colorized, but it looks like it is. When they filmed with these ultra cheap film stocks.
Yes.
It's not color, but it looks like Santa Claus almost looks like it's colorized. It's not.
Yeah.
There's something about it that's just not quite right.
Yeah, and but yeah, it's almost like some kid that year, or some parent that year, they got their first movie camera and they thought, oh, this movie camera has sound. Let's make a Christmas movie. And then they played it back and they go, oh, this is horrible. But there was like one drunk relative that thought, no, let's put this out at the theater. And, I mean, that's really the quality of it. But then I watched again, It's a Wonderful Life, which now hits home more than ever.
Yeah.
And then I actually watched, for the first time, 32 years after it was made, I watched Dick Tracy, starring Warren Beatty.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's gotten such terrible reviews over the years, but it's a pretty accurate comic book type movie because it moves swiftly. I mean, if anybody's read comic books, back in the day,
they used the same colors that a comic strip would use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's the same yellow, the same red, the same blue.
Yes, exactly.
Virtually like a comic strip.
And remember, comic books back in the day were no more than 9 panels per page, and probably a story. Well, back in the old days, a story would be told in one comic book. I mean, if anybody remembers comic books, when we were kids, you'd see something like Spider-Man or Superman or whomever would say, like, oh, I have to use the dastardly doohickey on this villain. And then it'll have a little asterisk next to it, and it'll say, read Spider-Man 183. So you'll find out what the dastardly doohickey is. You'll find out where that came from. So that's how they reference it. But now comic books have sometimes 1 panel per page, and they spread a story out. I'm sorry, 1 panel for 2 pages. 1 panel for 2 pages. And they'll spread a story out over 6 to 12 issues. So what we used to get for 25, 35, 50 cents when we were kids, a full story cover to cover, now you have to shell out $36, $40 to get a story not even half as good. But Dick Tracy, the movie, I felt worked at that brisk pace. You told, he started in one place on panel 1 and ended up in one place in panel 9, and that could have been a 6-hour journey on one page. That's the kind of pace this movie kind of had. Some people say it had. Someone said, well, I'm glad you enjoyed the gluttony, because it was overdone. They had too many villains in one movie.
All the villains. It's like, come on. Have him just fight Flat Top instead of Flat Top and Prune Face.
See, the interesting thing about the movie Dick Tracy that I found, and again, I'm watching it in hindsight. Maybe I wouldn't have liked it in 1990, but now seeing what they do in these movies, hey DC, DC always picks up on things that I say. The interesting thing about this movie is maybe they only thought, hey, you know what? This may not go over that well, so let's
use
everybody in one movie. And then they ended up killing them all.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. And I thought the weakest link in the whole movie, I thought the weakest link was going to be the kid. Mm-hmm. But no, Madonna was the weakest link. She was beautiful. She was gorgeous. Sexy as heck. But what was that?
She couldn't act at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Her acting later, but she couldn't act. I saw it in the theater when it came out, and I was not impressed by it at all. I thought it was filmed good. I thought the villains looked good. As far as the movie and the story, it just didn't work for me.
Right. It seemed like everything was like, Warren Beatty was the central character, and it was almost like things were going so quickly that everything was like swirling around him, not literally, but he was the only one moving in like real time, and everything else was but I really, really enjoyed it. I'm not going to say it's a great movie. I'm going to eventually I'm sorry, Ollie. I'm going to probably watch the old movies. Somebody recommended me watch Dick Tracy Meets Gruesome or Versus Gruesome, which is Gruesome portrayed by Boris Karloff.
Yeah.
And then there's another one up there. So I'll probably watch those. But, I'm fascinated by Dick Tracy. And but Dick Tracy's, to me, apart from that movie, he's kind of like Red Skelton. We're such a big part of the fabric of entertainment and stuff like that, but then has just completely dropped out of sight. But I think it's
right now.
Yeah,
same as Blondie. Who cares about Blondie is?
About what?
Blondie.
Yeah, exactly. I think
Gary Wilkerson does not care about Blondie.
Exactly. I think that the fact that the family or the estates don't license these things out, like
nobody's asking.
What was the other one? What was the Will Eisner? Was it The Spirit?
Yeah, that was The Spirit.
Something like that.
Yeah, The Spirit. You can go into a comic book shop and you could find these books that gather all the Spirit stuff, but outside comic book shops, you're not seeing anything featuring the Spirit.
Like big on radio, but like who listens to the radio anymore?
I mean, I have a book, pretty thick book, of a lot of comic strips featuring either comic strips or comic books featuring Baby Huey. Nobody talks about Baby Huey anymore. A lot of that stuff is gone. Heckle and Jekyll. Do people remember Heckle and Jekyll besides us? Underdog. Where's Underdog gone?
I remember Underdog.
Where has my Underdog gone?
Yeah. Where could he be? I believe that there's these legacy things that have just been forgotten, and maybe there's a reason. Maybe this stuff wasn't as good. Felix the Cat, Master Cylinder, and all that stuff. That would have been fun, DC. But yeah, I
Dementia Cat is still with us.
Yeah, but I think that a lot of this stuff is just long forgotten. I don't think, for example, I'm going to bring up Ollie Perry. Ollie may not be familiar, like here. Okay, somebody that's very important, I think, to all of us, but people in the UK. I think Ollie's from the UK.
Yeah.
Gumby.
Oh yeah.
Gumby.
Oh my God, Gumby was amazing. We grew up with Gumby. In fact, I have all the Gumby DVD box sets, and they come with posable figures. So I've got Prickle and Goo and
Good.
yeah. Oh no, maybe that's from my porn collection. But the blockheads, things like this. This was all very important to us. Whereas I don't think Gumby even got shown in the UK. I don't know if another Art Clokey character, Davy and Goliath. Davy.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
But how I went from Frankenstein's, or I mean not Frankenstein, Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. You guys remember the Japanese Toho Frankenstein, where he was a giant monster?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't speak Japanese.
Mm-hmm. I remember it.
I don't speak Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm Gummy, damn it.
But I haven't seen that Frankenstein in a long time. I only saw the War of the Gargantuas like I maybe 2 or 3 months ago, and it ended differently than what I thought. But then I remembered that I got the ending confused with Godzilla versus King Kong, the Japanese one. Oh my God!
I really think
I love
so.
the vapors.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watched last weekend or something. I watched that Kong X Godzilla, the second movie. Forgot what there's like a subtitle to it, and that was so ridiculous that I don't know. Still, a couple days later, I don't know if I liked it. I wouldn't recommend. Tim Allen never likes anything that I like.
That's true.
So I'm saying, oh, I'm not sure if I like it. So Tim will watch it, and then I know.
I'm not into most modern Toho kind of movies.
Yeah, but Tim,
yes,
I will recommend if you haven't seen. Okay, I know you're not into the more recent stuff, but this is the Japanese one. Was it called like Godzilla Minus Zero? Was that the name?
Yeah, that one I've heard is really good.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh,
that's recent.
That one I've heard is really good.
All the second, or all the original Godzilla fans, the ones who are into the Toho films, going back to the original, they say, a lot of people cite that as their favorite.
Wow.
And it's fantastic. It came out in color, but they also put out a version in black and white. I haven't seen the black and white version. I saw the color one, and it's a human story as much as it is as much as it is as much as it is a monster movie.
Mm-hmm.
So the human element I think is important or whatever, but But
and you know what else is important? It's
throw his combinations, because I feel if he does, one of those is going to land and just put a rally back.
Oh, good Lord.
A reason for
Anyway, that's it for me.
Okay.
That's it for me. I just wanted to come up and say hi and.
Oh, you're not going to stay? And did you see Tim Allen's fantastic record stuff that he got for a dollar?
Steven away.
No, I tend to unfortunately be very loud, and people complain that I come in and I bombard and take over streams or whatever. But I figured, well, this was boring enough, and I didn't want people to lose interest. So I wanted to bring, like there's tons of people out there who the minute I get on a stream, they all like totally leave. So yeah, I don't want you to lose any more viewers. How many more?
Actually, a few came.
What was that?
A few came. So
yeah, we had some more people.
She's like, we love you. No, don't go away. We love you.
But I was gonna say, I have a Warren Zevon CD junkie that is going to be posted right after I get off of here. I finished it. And that's going to be, it's just covering the Asylum years.
Okay.
It's not going beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because that's my favorite
You
period.
don't have any of the weird releases that came out like close to or after his death, like Preludes, and there's another one too.
I have Preludes in my collection, but this one I specifically, because I think that I covered his entire career a couple of years ago.
Okay.
But this one is just that I've been listening to a lot of the Warren Zevon, the classic Electra stuff. The only one out of all of his Asylum albums, the only one that didn't get a proper digital remaster, expanded edition, was Bad Luck Streak and Dancing School, which I was kind of surprised because
he had a minor hit from that album.
Was Certain Girl a minor hit?
Yeah.
Which I thought was terrible.
Well, it hit the top 100 anyway. I mean, I don't know if it made the top 40, but it definitely hit the top 100.
See, I thought that song was horrible, but the B-side was a song called "Empty-Handed Heart," which I thought should have been the A-side, which is a beautiful song off the album, and like the second half or the last third of it has Linda Ronstadt. So they're doing, Warren singing one thing, Linda singing another thing, and it's just beautiful. I talk about that in my in the video, and I talk about personally speaking to Linda Ronstadt about that song. And you have to watch CD Junkie to find out what she says.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I interviewed Linda Ronstadt right after she was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She didn't appear at the thing, but there was a Rhino compilation that had come out, so they were promoting that. So I got to talk to her on the phone. Super nice, and giggled through the entire interview. And then I brought that song up. Like I said, I don't want to reveal it. People have to watch the video.
Oh, teaser.
Mm-hmm.
Teaser. Well, nobody's going to watch it anyway. So nobody watches my video. I mean, nobody's going to skip through 10 minutes to see it. Basically, she couldn't remember recording it. And she's going, what? What's it called? I'm going to go more in depth now than I do in the video, whatever. But she was like, I told her that I loved her part of that. She's going, not like I don't know what you're talking about, but more like I don't remember. What's it called? I go, Empty-Handed Heart. She goes, I did a song off that album. And she goes, do you think you could send me the file so I can listen to it and try to jog my memory? So she gave me her email address, and I emailed her the file of the song, and she responded back. And she responded back, and she was like, I have no memory of recording this song at all, but it's beautiful, and I should have recorded this on one of my albums.
Yeah.
Well, that's usually what she did. That was
what she did.
She is very, very smart. Even when she became a star, she would still do backup on other people's albums, and then quickly go to the studio and record it before they had a chance to put it out. Dave Edmunds used to do the same thing, by the way. Dave Edmunds used to go and play guitar for people like Graham Parker and stuff. That's how he got calling from the wreckage. Then he would take the song before they had a chance to put it out. But she did. That's what she did. That was her whole modus operandi. She would borrow other people's songs, put them out first.
But I think Linda Ronstadt totally deserved any ounce of fame that she got. By the way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, she is amazing, and I like actually hearing her just talking in interviews more than actually like her music. Maybe I mean she's still she's a fascinating person to watch an interview with.
I mean, I don't remember what year she was inducted into the Hall of Fame. Basically, I talked to her like that following week. It was like right after she had been inducted. But we talked about like what record stores she liked to go shopping at, what was local to her. Oh, I really like this store. And, we go in there sometimes and I'll buy singles or, whatever. That didn't make the interview, but that was just part of the conversation that we had. And, but like I said, she giggled through the whole thing. She was she already had her, what is it that she has now? It's not MS.
No, Parkinson's.
Yeah, Parkinson's. She had her Parkinson's, but she could talk perfectly, and she did say she did tell me that she just couldn't sing anymore, but she couldn't have been nicer. And half the time I have to keep reminding myself, this is fucking Linda Ronstadt I'm talking to.
Yeah.
I talked to Jackson Brown once for an hour. He was supposed to give me 20 minutes, but he said his assistant came in to tell him it was over. He goes, no. He goes, I'll just continue. So we sat down and we're not sat down. We're on the phone, but we talked for an hour. And I even brought up Garden Grove because he originally was like from the Garden Grove area or spent time in the Garden Grove area. And he's going, you're from Garden Grove? What area? And we were talking about that. But I thought that was a really fun interview. Then again,
we have a question for you there. Didn't Johnny Rivers do something like that to Elvis with Memphis, Tennessee?
But Elvis did it first. Johnny's came way later. What Ronstadt and Edmonds both did was get them out before the artist that was recording them got them out. They would go to the studio and quickly record them and get them out there, and they became their songs.
Or what about Elvis and the song Suspicion?
Yeah, Elvis more than people, because Elvis never wrote anything. So,
right.
Songs.
Right, but
or the Colonel or his people were. I don't think much of it was Elvis, actually. I think he did what he was told for the most part. But
yeah.
I love
back in the days when you had all these artists fighting for the same song.
Nice. There was a couple of shots there that landed from the.
That's what was happening in the studios. Like, I want to do that song. No, I want to do that song. They're just fighting over who's going to get it out first.
But then you had a group like Jigsaw, who what's the song they did? The first UK or one of their big UK hits that Bo Donaldson quickly recorded. Who do you think you are?
Jigsaw.
And then Bo Donaldson released it in the U.S.
And there was another one, not by them, but there was another one around the same time. Bo Donaldson, Paper Lace had a hit with The Night Chicago Died in the UK.
No, Paper Lace had a hit with Billy Don't Be a Hero.
Oh, yeah, Billy Don't Be a Hero, and then Bo Donaldson stole that. Yeah, that used to happen a lot. But that's overseas again. The thing about Ronstadt and Edmonds is they'd actually go to the sessions to learn the song. They'd actually show up and help, and then they'd run to their studio and record it quickly and get it out.
Nasty. Cutthroat business.
Well, that's
It is a cutthroat business.
This is a true statement.
Yeah.
I do wish somewhere in this world somebody would transfer those KFC Christmas albums to CD bootleg. But you can't buy them on like Discogs. I mean, I have the Banana Splits CD that I can't sell on Discogs, and I can't sell it on eBay because you can't sell those gray area things. But it's all the Banana Split songs plus the Beagles. Does anybody remember the Beagles? Not this great Swedish band from the 90s, but there was a cartoon called the Beagles.
Yeah, briefly.
And they had songs. Yeah.
eBay, I think you can get away with it, Stephen, for the most part. eBay doesn't police like they should. You're not supposed to, but you can get so much stuff that's
it's
right on eBay.
Fire dealer.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
You're DC. We need DC on a square under here. So.
Yeah.
Get up here. Get up here.
You're not doing anything.
It's the day after Christmas. We all know what DC does the day after Christmas. He runs around naked in the house flapping his wings. I've seen the live streams of it in the past.
No, today's Boxing Day.
You come to me. Nice jab there from Abdul-Razak.
I thought on Boxing Day that he got out his Rudy Valley 78s and just did a marathon of
Well, yeah. I mean, what do you think he flaps his wings to? No, but I do have to go. I have work to do, and but Mr.
The devil isn't trying to influence you, is he?
What was that?
The devil isn't trying to influence you.
No, and that's not the devil's lair in the background. My brother suggested to me sometimes to, instead of having the constantly turning colors, whatever, to maybe have a stationary color. So I thought I'd do that for the Warren Zevon, and I just finished the Warren Zevon, or making the video and editing the video. So I decided, oh, come on, since I still have the camera on and I haven't put on my pants yet. So no, actually, there's a fake background. I'm sitting on the toilet right now.
Oh, okay.
A green screen just sure comes in handy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, definitely. But thank you, Mr. Dawkins. Thank you, Mr. Kendall. Thank you, Mr. Allen. I wish all of you a very merry day after Christmas.
Happy day.
Yes.
And hello to everybody in the chat, DC, and I saw Gary and Ollie and everybody.
What's your magic mirror?
And MC and remember, there's no ski lodge until 2025.
Next year.
And until next year. But also, Schnee TV will be coming back as well.
Okay.
Take care, Mr. Wagner.
Season 2.
Mr. Wagner.
Well, you look like Robert Wagner. Heart to heart.
God, I wish that I'd get a little bit of Natalie Wood, if you know what I mean.
He'd buy that for $1.
But anyway, thanks, guys, and I will see you later.
See you later. Cheers, Steve. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Later.
Bye, Steven.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
All right, that was an interesting discussion.
Yeah. Wow. Sometimes you never know who will show up. Oh, look at Robert P.
Hey.
He had a puffy taco dinner tonight. Wow.
Great. Sounds good.
Very, very filling. Very filling.
Hello, Robert.
Way to go. Robert B's here. Yes. Whew. Yeah. Yeah, you just.
Yeah, he just left. Sorry about that. Yeah.
But what if you've got some time to kill? You can always come up and take
jump up here. Show us what you got for Christmas.
Trying to convince DC and some of these others to.
The guys that come up. We have an hour left. We're at the halfway point.
Oh, we're halfway. Oh, well, I better run a commercial while we're at that point. Yeah. So we'll be back after these messages.
Excuse me, I'm interested in the new collector's ornament from Hallmark.
Ah, the shuttlecraft Galileo from the Starship Enterprise.
Precisely.
It lights up when you plug it in. And listen.
Shuttlecraft to Enterprise. Spock here. Happy holidays. Live long and prosper.
Fascinating.
For a store in your sector now carrying the Star Trek ornament, call 1-800-HALLMARK.
Live long and prosper, right?
No, I'll take 5.
No, he's got his hand out. He's got his thumb out.
Yeah. I guess I was wrong about that. It's just I always thought he didn't because it's harder to do with your thumb in.
Yeah, so it is.
Oh, look. I got nothing for Christmas. What?
Oh. I didn't get much more than that, Robert.
Get out that Jorge Jorgensen song here. I got nothing for Christmas.
Nothing for Christmas.
Yeah. What? $24. Guess I missed the line.
The ornament, I think. The Christmas ornament.
Posture, the ears were wrong. Oh, I'm a Leonard Nimoy. The ears were wrong.
Yeah.
That's not him. I know I should have played that a week ago, but
yeah.
Well, it's okay.
How do I break it to him that those weren't his real ears?
Some people believe anything. Get a life, says William Shatner. Oh, we'll see. I got a Garmin GPS for traveling. Well, there you go.
You got something.
You got something. I literally got. There you go. That's what I was looking for.
What is that? There you go.
Oh, Yogi Jorgensen.
Oh,
yes.
Yes, that's the Christmas.
It's Jingle Bells.
Yeah.
His EP.
So does he sing a song called Jingle Bell Yak?
No.
Okay.
No. What? He sings Jingle Bells and I Yes Go Nuts at Christmas and a couple more. I might even have this in 78 as well.
All Young, All Youthful.
Or if not on 78, a 10-inch album maybe. I can't.
Jeff, where did you get that clip of David Seville and the Chipmunks?
It was on Facebook.
Was it? You shared.
Yeah, I shared it.
I see. Okay.
I think it was from the Ed Sullivan Show.
I'm guessing it was
because he was on there 3-4 times because that was the first album I ever had. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, it was like listed as 1958. So
yeah, so I got it like 61. So,
but I presume they were lip syncing to the record, going through the motions. I'm going like, this predates the cartoon even.
I know. Yeah, yeah, and I could remember playing it. I got one of those little record players, like with a little plug-in kind of thing. You play it at really slow speed, and it just sounded like 4 guys, What did I do? And I had to turn it up and sound like the Chipmunks, and it sounds like the Mills Brothers at 33 1/3, or and then it sounds like Chipmunks playing it at regular speed.
Look, it's DC. Long time.
Hey guys.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, belated Merry Christmas to all of you.
Merry Christmas.
It's funny that Schnee brought up Linda Ronstadt because I just got this in the mail less than a week ago. I had some of these albums on vinyl, but I figured better get them on CD because I rarely break out the vinyl these days. Although I have a working turntable, it's usually when I'm working or whatever, I just set the old iPod to shuffle play and away I go.
Yeah. So, are those are earlier records or later ones?
Those are the ones mostly from the late 70s, early 80s.
The rockin' period.
Prisoner in Disguise through Mad Love. And like I said, I had some of these on vinyl, but I rarely break out the vinyl. So
he's been peeking. He knows.
Went ahead and took the plunge, Stephen Schnee.
Looks good.
Yeah, so that's all you got for Christmas this year?
Oh, that was just something I just bought.
He bought himself.
If you see right behind me that Chucklin' Mutt Productions wood sign, that was one of my Christmas gifts. My wife got that for me, and I have it proudly displayed in my studio now. That's my my little logo for my one-man studio. So
great.
And you have been busy.
What's that?
You have been busy lately, I hear.
Yeah, I mean, and it's so weird that I'm semi-retired now, yet anytime around Christmas when I would like downtime from my limited schedule, things seem to amp up with my small stable of clients these days. And I have a certain amount of money I want to bring in a year. I'm not going to drive myself crazy like I used to freelancing, so I like to keep those people happy. But invariably, December, I get crazy ass busy and deadlines and really hate it.
What's on your hat? It doesn't look like DC.
Oh, no, it's Richmond Roosters, a minor league baseball team.
Oh, okay.
It's their logo. They're no longer in existence.
Oh.
But back in the day, I even forget what farm club for what team they were, but Richmond, Indiana.
You know who else is here? Robert P.
Robert P.
Robert
Hey, Robert P.
Hey.
Hello, Robert P.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's here to show us what he got for Christmas.
What I got for Christmas?
Yeah.
I don't have it here.
Oh, sure.
Oh, almost fell. Hang on.
Okay, that's fine.
Twins.
Oh, 2 of them. Yes.
So, one for Doc and one for Brad.
Sounds good.
Nice.
Sounds good.
Unless somebody else wants one.
That's really nicely done. Very
Well,
nice.
it's about a year late to the party, I think. You know, I ordered these from my brother about a year ago. I ordered them from my brother, and he finally got around to doing them.
Yeah, that's a great
Does a
design.
good job. They look authentic.
Yeah, everybody's got woodworking craftsmanship to show this Christmas.
Oh, okay.
For me, and especially at my age, I tell anybody of consequences who I think may be getting me something for Christmas, please do not. I don't need anything.
Yeah.
I'd be much happier if you took that cash and gave it to St. Jude's or an animal charity or something like that. I got all I need at this point. So
Preferably 10s and 20s.
Well, 9 times out of 10, we just get what we want when we want it at our age.
Yeah.
We don't wait
if I need something, like if I blow out all the socks or I blow out my underwear, I just go out and buy it. I don't need anybody to get it for me for Christmas. So
Ollie wants to know if the clock and the now and then works.
No, I could make it work, I suppose, but I put clockwork in back of it, but no, I didn't.
Oh, it's always 10 minutes to 10 or 10 minutes to 2.
I don't know where the time it came from, the photograph of some kind, so it must be whatever's on the photograph, the time wise. But yeah, you could drill a hole back here and then put an actual clockwork in if you wished. I have some downstairs.
Yeah, that's good. And their cat toy fund, they're
there you go.
All
Back
squeaking
in
everywhere.
the 80s, I used to have a company that I made called Rock Clocks. And I used to take, Rock Clocks. I used to take the albums and cut out the labels of all the old albums that were trashed. Like, I used to sell them to the record store and stuff, but it was like, Swan Song or Apple or Rainbows. And I'd make little clocks out of them on little stands to put on, next to your thing. Or I'd take old CDs of different groups and make clocks out of the CDs. And the company I worked for at the time saw them and they liked the idea. So they ordered 500 from me to give to one to every employee at the company picnic. So I had to make.
I've got a ministry CD you can have that put me to sleep.
Ministry.
And if you ever heard ministry, it's like bang, bang, whack, whack. And I actually fell asleep. How did I do that?
Boy, man.
I don't understand that.
Lulled yourself to sleep there, Doc, with ministry.
Yeah.
I thought it was the most raucous sounding thing I ever heard. And going, this is pure noise. And I fell asleep. See. And I didn't even have any turkey today.
If Tom wants one, I suppose I could have my brother make one more and send it out. It's not a big deal. It just might take him 2 weeks to do it.
I don't know. It looks like a lot of work with it. So hold that thing up. Hold that thing up. Look at that thing. That looks so authentic and stuff.
It does.
To get the dice, to get the pictures, to get the.
Well, it's all done. From my understanding, he does it all because I bought the plan, and you put it in your computer, and his 3D printer prints the background. It prints the little individual pieces, and then you glue them all on. Like you got to print everything separate. And then even this is printed with a 3D printer, and then you
put on top, and we're done. Blow something.
I don't know if that's the guy that finally made the plan, so you got to put his name on it. But you order the plans, you put them in your computer, and then you let your thing go on. It makes all the different pieces. Then you got to glue them all together, and then put them on wood.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day. No, I didn't like ministry. At least not. I think I still got it here.
I've never heard of them.
This one.
You can make a doily out of it.
You can make a clock out of it.
Nice
Yeah,
coaster.
Put your coffee mug on it.
Yeah, put your beverage of choice right on there. Either side, it don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I put this thing on and it was like, what the hell is that? And I fell asleep anyway. So crazy.
I can make a clock out of it.
Here's a question for everybody on the panel and the people in the comments. How many times do you give an album a chance before you just say, this just ain't for me? 3 for me. If I don't hear anything at all at the first listen,
1 or 2, 2 or 3.
done it. Like but if there's a little bit something I'm hearing there, if it doesn't really grab me after listen 3, I don't got time for that at this point.
Yeah, but there's a lot of albums that you listen to in the first time 3, you go, what? And then it grows on you.
Mm-hmm.
So it can happen.
I guess it's a product of my age. At this point, I'll give you 3 tries and then I got too many other albums I love that I'd rather spend my time with at this point.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, me too.
The clock's ticking for old DC. So
I've had it less than 1. Sometimes I get like 3 songs into it, and
if there's something there, I'll give it as many as it takes. But if there's nothing there, then once. Like it was a couple albums ago, Weezer put out an album, and they put out an album that was supposed to be their idea of modern music, the kind of thing that they play on the radio today. I gave that thing one listen and one listen only, and I guarantee I'll never listen to it.
Yeah.
I just like Pacific Daydream or something like that. It's just no.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this? No.
So that's just like what Robert P says. Sometimes on that initial listen, 3
yeah.
songs in, nah.
Boop. Yeah.
But I mean, Pet Sounds is my favorite album, and I didn't love Pet Sounds the first time I put it on. I didn't love Zombies, Odyssey, and Oracle the first time I put it on either. That's probably my second favorite album.
I remember hearing a very much older brother than one of my friends had Pet Sounds, and I remember liking quite a bit of that as a wee lad. Now, Sgt. Pepper threw me as a little kid because I was expecting the 4 mop tops with 2 guitars, bass, and drum. Sgt. Pepper threw me as a little kid, but I liked songs on it. But that was one that, there was something there. It's just from my young mind. It wasn't what I was looking for in the Beatles, but I knew there was something really there. So.
And how do you feel about it now?
I love it. I've loved it for many years.
Yeah.
But I just as a little kid,
well, when that guitar music came on, you went, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
But now even I can listen to that sitar song with no problem. It's not like, I'll reach for the skip button.
Oh yeah, I can remember when I was little, the music suddenly started getting harder, and you had all these. I remember the first time I heard Cream on the radio. What is this?
I got the 26. Youth was over.
26.
No more Surface Safari for you.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there's certain songs you as soon as you hear it, you know it. I mean, this may not even be by a major group, but I can still remember hearing that the Wonders. What was that movie? The Thing You Do. When I heard that first initial drum, I mean, it got me.
Yeah.
Just in the first 5 seconds of that song, I knew I was gonna like it.
That song is played like 7 or 8 times during the movie, and I never get tired of it. That is so freaking catchy that I could listen to that thing on a continual loop for an hour.
But that's the kind of thing I'm talking, is that the minute you hear something, even if it's only 1 song on the album, it was worth getting the album. Because,
I guess they had a lot of submissions when they sent out the call for a song of that period, kind of representing an Americanized Beatles tune. And I guess it was Mike Viola who sung it, and it was Adam Schlesinger from Fountains of Wayne that wrote the tune.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
I love that their next single from that is what, like, the Outsiders and a lot of other groups did. It's just a reworking of That Thing You Do. I forget what it's called, but the subtitle of that song is That Thing You Do. I Need You, That Thing You Do.
That Thing You Do.
I love that because that was such a 60s thing.
Yeah.
It's
kind of like they had the like, which song shall we use as the main theme? And they had the 2 songs to choose from. And they went with the one that you hear. That
Even Hanks wrote a song on that album.
What's that?
Hanks wrote one of those songs. Not the one you're talking about. He wrote a song on that album.
Yeah,
that's a wonderful soundtrack there. I love it.
No,
And it's got light kind of jazz things, kind of girl group things. It's a really nice mix of the music of that era.
We recommend it. Go out and find that someplace.
I recommend that, and I also recommend the film itself.
Right.
Even for an hour, if you.
Well, you guys all remember that era. My God, when the Beatles hit, everybody the next day at school was trying to wear whatever hair they had down like the Beatles, and everybody was wanting to play guitar or drums. It really just set
everyone
the world on fire. Absolutely.
Well, there was always every generation and I think every 10 years, a couple songs came by and you go, wow, you know.
Check this out. I bought this in London. Really rare now. They may have just reissued it, but
there you go. That's cool. It's on the Playtone label too.
Yep, it's on Playtone Records. Cool. Yeah, cool. It is on Playtone Records.
Yeah, I always like that.
They did such a stellar job of capturing that whole era. Even the logo on that Playtone.
Yeah, no, this is wonderful. And I bought this in, I don't know, whatever year. Late 90s.
I'm guessing 65 or 66 is the year or that era.
Yeah.
You know, another weird song.
To me, this sounds more like, to me, this is like, doesn't really rip off the Beatles. It more rips off like the Knickerbockers. Lies is the song that I get from this.
It was an influence of the British invasion, but yet Americanized.
An American group trying to sound like the Beatles, and you get the Knickerbockers. You know,
the first time I heard Lies, I thought it was Lennon singing before I knew who it was.
Yeah. It threw me as a kid too. Here's a related tale. My family had a big family reunion about that time, and I had some of this distant cousins put together a rock group, and they played at like dusk. Really good. They're playing like Paul Revere and the Raiders and Beatles tunes and everything. Some nitwit woman who's not of the Collins lineage, but a Collins decided to marry this nitwit, stands up and asks if they could play Winchester Cathedral. Here's my young face looking at her.
Yeah. Could have been MacArthur's Park.
I just thought you'd have liked that, DC.
Yeah. I do, but it was such. These are 4 guys. These are 2 guitars, drum and bass. Winchester Cathedral, ma'am. And back then, I would like that song, but they were playing. You didn't, as a grade school kid, you didn't get that live vibe every once in a while. I like Winchester Cathedral. Of course, I'm a vaudeville guy.
I was making a vaudeville.
I even have the exact clip of DC when they mentioned we were going to play Winchester Cathedral.
Huh?
I was more surly than that cat looking at that distant relative of mine. I was like, what?
No way. I don't want to hear that. I want to hold your hand or something.
Yeah, or I want to hear Just Like Me or something else by the Raiders. Yeah.
Well, probably. It's possible.
Oh, yeah. He inducted him to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, didn't he?
That's my favorite Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction speech of all time is Tom Hanks inducting the Dave Clark 5. It's on YouTube if you've never seen it. It's worth watching. He's so passionate about it. He's
but it was good.
Understand that with the 5 of us and these people in the comments, we represent about this much of the overall population.
Mhm.
The overall population being the length head to chest here. Most people are not passionate about music.
No.
Not like we are. It's just the background to their lives and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the other songs that got me on the first notes, which is kind of odd, somewhere in the, I don't remember when it was actually, but Pink Houses by Mellencamp. When I heard those first few notes, it got me right away. And I've still, one of my favorite Mellencamp songs is Little Pink Houses or whatever it was called. I can still remember that first 20, that ding, 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 whatever. And I'm like, that's a good song.
I'm hooked.
I was.
Nothing that's on this frickin' Ministry on it.
It was better than Jack and Diane, I thought, but Jack and Diane made more.
Suck it on a chili dog.
But there's one of those songs that gets you.
Keith Richards' book, and that's he spends a whole chapter about songwriting, and he's like, you can't picture him as a lyricist, and he doesn't write lyrics, and he's like his contribution to the whole Stones thing is he comes up with a good riff. And that's it. And then he gives it to Jagger, and Jagger does the rest. But it's the riff that's important. I mean, look at Satisfaction. He came up with
It's the first notes to get you.
Yeah. Tim, didn't you find his biography engaging? I don't know how much outside help he had in writing it. That guy's very entertaining, very conversational.
I had the audio book at one point.
Oh.
And it took me like a month to listen to it in my car on trips because it's so long. But it's interesting because it says on the cover that it's read by Johnny Depp. And it is read by Johnny Depp. And he goes into his Keith Richards impersonation quite regularly. And but here's what they don't tell you, that Richards takes over himself for a while and is reading his own autobiography. But I gotta say, Depp does a better Keith Richards than Keith Richards does. He really does. It's incredible. If you ever get a chance to hear the book, hear it.
Yeah,
really
I
good.
had heard that comment before. I read the actual book. I didn't hear the audio book.
I've done
Interesting. Interesting.
Well, Johnny Depp is very piratey.
Yar.
That's true.
Yeah. If you could be Jack Sparrow for 4 movies or so, Even Keith Richards didn't sound like Keith Richards on that one.
No.
We'll get him as a pirate on here, and he's like, no, that's not the Keith Richards we want to hear. No, stop it.
No.
But I still have to remind you people that, hey, it is boxing.
Nice. There was a couple of shots there that landed from the
Boxing Day.
Just want to make sure you don't forget the reason for the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Reason for the season.
Put your Duke stuff. Whatever. Ollie has Mick Jagger rapping on an album from 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
He was everywhere.
He tried everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, you got to try all genres. Even Beyonce was on TV last night trying to be a cowboy.
Okay. Cowgirl. Yeah.
Yeah, that's her. I guess that's her latest venture outside of the hip hop soul.
I saw the beginning of that. I leave the room. It was making me sick because she opened with Blackbird, for God's sake. So I'm like,
oh really?
Oh, yeah, she's got to make her social commentary.
And I just left. I'm like,
She's got to make her social commentary.
I don't need that.
I miss that.
Yeah, so you're lucky. Although it's probably on YouTube. Oh, what you got? What's this?
Christmas with the Rat Pack.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Sadly, no Joey Bishop tunes.
What I was playing.
No.
Well, maybe this is the secondary Rat Pack.
No Peter Lawford either.
No Peter Lawford either.
Yeah.
Sadly.
No,
The other one I played this week was this one.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sinatra.
Oh, Sinatra.
It would be probably from his late 50s, early 60s era. Yeah. The Capitol.
The ultimate Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are all my Capitol ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My Capitol collection.
You got a whole box full. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
20 albums.
That treasure trove right there.
So is it a crazy crate? Is that what they call them, Doc?
Cool crates.
Cool crates.
Cool crate.
I got one for reprise over there too.
Jammed full of Sinatra.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it. I was listening to
The
Sinatra.
household I grew up in was more of a Dean Martin household than a Sinatra household.
I have two Dean Martins, a Christmas album and a regular Greatest Essentials or something.
Yeah, I watched a lot. Like I think Jeff was mentioning that he had watched a lot of the old Christmas specials on YouTube.
Yeah.
I did that the other night. It was very entertaining. It went from Dean Martin over to Andy Williams and Perry Como, or Perry Coma, as I like to call him.
Yeah.
The eyelids start to get a little heavy.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know. Dean Martin made 2 Christmas albums. He made the famous Capitol one that everybody knows about, but then he made one for Warner Brothers when he got signed to Reprise, and he did a lot of the same songs. He did probably half of it is the same songs from the Capitol one, just redone.
Yeah,
the Capitol one.
That gets a lot of spins around here just over this Christmas holiday. That's one of the staples of the Collins household back when I was a kid. Although I'm half Irish and half Italian, that was the Italian side. My mom had all those Italian crooners.
There was no grandma gets run over by a reindeer.
No, we won't be having that here.
I think that's fallen out of favor. I haven't heard that in years.
It was good for one listen, but then that's okay.
No, they played it.
I always say you need to hear the original version. The one that got to be a hit was not the original. They made them re-record it. They were on a label called Sound Something, and it's similar, but like the echoing phrases, like incriminating claws mark on her back, when they did, that's not on the original one, and it's so much better without it. It's like Epic, whoever produced the Epic one kind of ruined it. They played a lot more straight on the original version. It's better.
Speaking of original versus the modernized version, my grandsons were playing the new version of the game Operation on Christmas. The Operation guy, they finally updated the artwork. He's got boxers on, because you couldn't have him kind of like naked lying there, even though he's got no junk. Now he's got boxer briefs on. It occurred to me that game would be a lot funnier if when you hit the sides or you buzzed them, he let out screams. Like,
That is a good idea.
That had more fun in the game by 70 to 80%, I say.
Yeah.
Did they change any of the things, any of the bones or whatever?
No, all the bones are the same thing: wrenched ankle and such.
Take out funny bone.
Funny, ha ha ha. But I mean, I think they did change the art of the guy. They put boxer shorts on him. It's like that never bothered anybody back in the day.
Maybe they have one with a different haircut, like he's got a mohawk or something. Something modern.
If I remember, he looked pretty much like the same goofy Mo Howard hair, parted in the middle.
Yeah.
But
I know they changed the game of life. They got rid of the poorhouse and made something else. And
we wouldn't want
to
get
the homeless shelter now. Go to the homeless shelter.
Yeah.
Got rid of the workhouse.
What a stupid world it's become.
Too woke.
Honest to God, if I could get in the time machine and go back to about, I always say 1983 or so, I'd be completely happy. All the things I really loved were all intact, modern enough for me.
Yeah, I always say I wish I was born like 20 years earlier. Because for one thing, I'd probably be dead by now, or at least getting close.
Yeah, I want you, Tim, to be moving on to the next level of existence.
I enjoy all the quick, the internet is the one thing that makes today easy, but
yeah,
it's a double-edged sword because I think we've become socially regressive to a point where when I'm working out and I'm watching all the people coming into the fitness center, they're getting out of their cars locked into their phone for the walk into the fitness center. What in the hell could be that important? And that kills me when they're on machines. They'll do what they do, then sit there and just get your workout done and get out.
We're not glued to them.
It's killed music and other things like that too. You know, when I was a kid, in a week, McCartney's coming out with a new single, and you couldn't wait, and you listen to the radio. Maybe the radio would get advanced copy and put it on. You know, now today, somebody's putting out a new single. It's already on YouTube. Oh, you don't even have to get out of your chair. Okay, well, I've heard it. You know, okay. It makes everything worthless. It devalues everything.
You can't keep anything secret. And I swear to God, if Psycho was made in 2024, you would know well before you went into theater that Janet Leigh got offed within the first 20 minutes. Yeah. And no one could keep anything quiet anymore.
I never saw it yet. You just ruined it for me.
Oh, no. Spoiler alert.
And Robert P. never forgave him for that.
When we first got VHS tapes, a movie would come out in a theater, and it would be a full 2 years before it was available. Yeah. Now, if it's going to come out on DVD or something, it's probably been in the theater less than a month before it's out.
Direct
video.
These are our
and
lives.
Then they're like, well, nobody went and saw it in the theater. Well, you put it out already. What?
No, Joker 2, we're looking at you.
Duh.
I did watch a movie yesterday with my wife that we had never seen and always wanted to. Was that the Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe or whatever? I guess Disney put it out in the 90s or 80s. And it says
I'm familiar with the name, but I don't know anything about the film.
It was like three-part series. They only did 2 Disney, and then they wouldn't do the third because it didn't sell well at the box theater in the 80s or whatever it was. And then they 20th Century did the last one, so I'm going to watch the other 2 just to get it done.
Eventually.
Pardon me?
They got it back eventually because Disney now has all the Fox stuff.
Yeah, and I heard they're redoing it now too. Someone's going to redo the Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe. It's a C.S. Lewis book, and then it got made into a movie. And his kids go in, find a wardrobe, go through it, and they get into this imaginary world where, there's got knights with bodies of horses, and it's hard to explain until you watch it. But
even Schnee knows it's the Chronicles of Narnia.
That's right. And I'd never seen it all those years, and my kids never watched it. So I figured, all right, I'll watch it. It wasn't terrible. I just wondered why it wasn't as popular after watching it, evidently. And that's why I was bringing up that I got on the phone while I was watching to find out why. When did it come in? Who was starring in it? Why? How many series was there? That kind of thing. And that was nice.
That's the new encyclopedia.
Well, was nice having that to me while we took a break. I looked at those things and go, I have the other 2 on my server. I never knew I owned those movies.
Well, you could be in the coffee shop and have an argument about how old is Dick Van Dyke? Well, I don't know. Grab my phone. 99.
99, yes.
99, yes.
Well, I kept hearing Max Baer Jr. was like 102, and I knew it wasn't true. So
he's in his 80s, I think.
He's like 86 or something. But someone had said Max Baer is 102, and I'm like, you're wrong.
But the Tim series of books is just.
Oh yeah, the Man series.
Answers to trivia. That's one thing about some of my formative years in the 80s that I wish was available, because I can't tell you how many times I'd get calls at like 2:30 in the morning when the bars are closing down. Someone asking me what Underdog's girlfriend was, what her name was. Was it Polly Purebred or Polly Pureheart? You know. Now you can just do a search engine.
I think it was Polly Purebred.
I can remember that now, but I can't remember what I ate for breakfast.
Yeah, me neither. I used to remember the theme word for word, but
before cell phones took over the world.
No.
I had an idea.
Yeah.
That I thought was brilliant. Put little machines in the bar that basically you put $1 in or whatever, and you get like 5 or 10 minutes on the internet before. Call it, the bars or the bar bet settler or something. Basically, you're discussing something in a bar, and you don't know the answer. You go to this machine, you put your $1 in, and it tells you the answer. And literally 2 years after I came up with this idea, everybody's carrying around a cell phone.
I rely on Doc for the lyrics of different places.
For theme songs.
Yes, for theme songs. I rely on Doc, and I just save his old videos when I can't remember the theme song.
Well, I did watch my one must-watch Christmas film the other night was the 1951 Alistair Sim Scrooge. My favorite. That's my favorite Christmas movie of them all. And when Bob Cratchit comes home and he's trying to put on the brave face for his family, talking about where Tiny Tim will be buried, and it's very peaceful there. And then he breaks down and says, "Oh, my Tim, my Tiny Tim." I weep every year, every time that scene comes on the screen. I'll confess to that. It gets me every time.
Better have the tissues ready.
Merry Christmas, folks!
Yeah.
Well, if they colorize it, maybe some kids will watch it.
Yeah, who knows? Hold on hope there, Tim.
Might be.
I ain't watching that. It's in black and white.
Well, I had it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Michael Caine's the best Scrooge. I know George C. Scott was pretty damn good.
It was pretty good. Although I've seen there was a BBC comedy series called Blackadder, and he did a hilarious send-up called The Blackadder Christmas Carol. If you ever see it sometime, it's like, oh.
You know what's a pretty good version of that story that never gets brought up, and it's not the gravitas of these other films, is the Mr. Magoo Christmas special. That's actually very good for what it is.
I think I got that somewhere.
Ooh. It's been put out on DVD.
Yeah,
I've got some stuff buried in my server I haven't watched in years. I'll have to go dig it out.
Don't go with like the Flintstones' First Christmas and something.
No.
Yogi's First Christmas. No.
You know what? Hanna-Barbera couldn't capture really any magic with any of those holiday specials.
No.
They really did. None of them really hold up or
they all pretty much
that
suck.
good.
Even from way
But
back
how
then.
about the same time you had Rudolph and a Charlie Brown Christmas come out? You talk about lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
Those two are timeless.
And the Grinch.
See, for me, everyone likes the Grinch. For me, it's just a little step down. It's good, but I prefer those other two much more.
Yeah, and a couple of years later, you got Frosty, which is another step down. It's good, but it's
good.
It's not as good as
nobody cares about the little drummer boy.
Nestor the long-eared Christmas donkey.
Yes, another one. The cricket on the hearth.
I don't know how you guys feel, but I feel like that film, The Polar Express, is just horrific. It's like mannequins. They're not even human. It's just creepy to me. I don't like it at all.
I only watched it once, so I don't know.
I thought it was okay. I didn't love it.
Creepy mannequin people.
Okay.
It's got Eddie D's in it.
I thought it should have had less of the special effects garbage. As far as I know, it's all a special effects film, but like in the middle or towards the end when he's going down this slide or something, there's all of it. It's just it's just let's see what we can do, and we'll just do it because we can. And I hate that.
It's like the overbearing effects and all, and they didn't get there yet with how they were rendering humans in that realistic animated.
But you can do it a couple years later. There's a film called Tintin, which is actually really good, and it's the same sort of thing as the Polar Express. But they did a really good job on Tintin.
I mean, they just had to wait a couple of years, I guess. But I just find Polar Express creepy as hell.
I think it's okay. Like I said, they just went way too over the top. They should have made it more realistic, even though it's not. You know,
yeah, but if you like puppets at Christmas, then you really got to like Christmas.
Everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Everyone.
And Merry Christmas.
To each and every one of you.
And a Merry Christmas to you too, sir.
Yes.
That is amazing.
There's a real charm to that. To my eyes, there's a real charm to that.
Yeah.
Polar Express creepiness.
Yeah.
More creepy than puppets.
Didn't DC play Scrooge in a very different Strokes Christmas Carol with Gary Coleman playing Tiny Arnold? What you talking about, Schnee?
Yeah.
Very special different Strokes.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Everyone.
Christmas.
No, it's Boxing Day. That was the other day. It's Boxing
I was telling him, you come to me. Nice jab there from Abdul Razak.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man.
A flurry of punches.
I love Christmas, but when the 25th is done with,
It's it.
the holiday is over. I was already outside today tearing down my display. I ain't lighting one bulb other than the tree in the house. When Christmas is over, it's over. But I do it up big time before. Once it's done, it's done.
Yeah. I was telling the other guys this morning, I went to Walmart and there were a couple of elderly ladies fighting over a box of Christmas cookies.
Oh my God.
They're mine.
Half price or something.
Yeah.
My fruitcake. Leave my fruitcake home.
Yeah.
It's the 26th. Christmas spirit is over and done
It's
with.
done, baby.
Give them to me.
It's done. Get in the back. Yeah.
Oh.
All right, I'll only show this once then because you guys.
Ooh. Okay.
To be
Ooh.
Ooh, it's
Christmas time is here again.
here again.
OUT spelled out.
The cartoon renderings of the boys.
It doesn't have a vinyl though. It's a fantasy cover.
That's solid there, Robert. I like it.
And my good friend Tom, if he's still here, he gave me this place.
Yeah, he is still here. See?
Ooh.
That was Christmas time.
I remember some friends having a big version of that.
Oh,
Way
look
back
at the
then.
monkeys.
I was so happy with this. It's been my very favorite Christmas gift outside of my ceramic tree my mother gave me from the 70s.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite gift.
Mhm.
And I will reciprocate, Mr. Beatles Pro.
Yeah.
You will be the head owner of one of these.
All the ones I see in thrift stores are all rusty looking.
What?
Those lunch boxes.
I've never seen this in a thrift store.
I mean, I've seen a few of them, and they all look like they've been, laying in water for 10 years.
Probably the originals from back in the day.
Yeah.
It even has a little thermos. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, sure.
My
Yeah.
friend used to have a Beatles turntable when you just lifted up the lid. The boys were in their suits and their instruments and a blue background. Very cool. I'd like to have one of those for nostalgia's sake.
What was funny is they had a record player around the same time they came out with these in the 64 or whatever. And my friend who used to own the record shop with me, he rented a house for like 15 years. Never checked the attic or anything. We were emptying the house out to move, And he said, maybe I'll look in the attic in case we forgot something or put something there and forgot. And right in the corner, he found in an original box a Beatles record player.
Wow.
Well,
Never
that
been
is
touched.
fubbing you.
Wow.
He said, you live there 15 years, you're ready to move out, and now you find the record player.
It
Well,
was
good thing
meant
they
to.
found it before they had it out.
Man.
And that was probably around 93 or something. I can't remember, but I think he sold it for like $500. Now they're going for like $4,000.
You're going to say sold it for $5. What?
It was just weird because you lived there all that time, and right above his head was a Beatle record player, and they were quite expensive for the time period. You know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You have to look at where you are at life, and if you need the cash, and take what you could get for having something like that in your collection. I was like, about 12 years ago, I need a little quick cash, and I had that Spider-Man issue, first appearance of the Punisher, in mint condition. I got like $700 for that. For a 15-cent comic book. And
I'll never sell this. This will be in my casket with me.
Okay.
I'm getting cremated. Yeah.
Maybe I'll put my ashes in something like that. I'm just going down the conveyor belt and getting burnt.
I might fit in there. I don't know. What is funny though, not funny so much now, but after years I thought it was funny. My brother, who passed in 1990, I had him in a box after the cremation, and it was all pretty and everything. And I had it up on the shelf because my mom wasn't ready to accept it yet. And that Christmas, my daughter, who was 3, climbed up the shelf, grabbed it down, and unwrapped my brother. And we came in and found him all over the floor.
Oh boy!
She opened it, and so we got as much of them up as we could and put them back in the box. And the rest I had to vacuum up because I couldn't get it out of the car.
Oh my!
So I had to. And so I'm thinking, someday if the Lord comes back, they're going to get him out of the Hoover bag.
I'm sure it'll all be worked out.
So do you remind your daughter? Do you remind your daughter? You remember what she did, Uncle?
The story all of us tell every Christmas. It was a Christmas. She thought it was a gift.
Man,
I ended up putting him in a nice box with his pictures on, and my mom finally accepted him. But I can't ever forget that Christmas when she thought it was a gift.
Yeah, that would stay in the family archives.
Yeah.
I know. That needs to be a video.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
We laugh about it now, but then it wasn't a laughing.
Oh my God! Can you imagine walking in on that?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's Uncle Roy.
Honey, go get the Eureka.
Eureka. Eureka. Get the Eureka.
Mixed in with dog hair and who knows what else.
Like I said, there's we can only get so much up, and I just gave up. I said, okay, sorry, Uncle Roy.
I hope he heard you.
He did.
But it's okay. And
he's missing a left ear now, but yeah.
Oh, what a story. Yeah.
I love my brother.
Does anyone do a good Sulu impression? Oh my.
Oh
my. Oh my.
That's better. That's my only Christmas story.
I'll be in the lounge all weekend, folks. Doing my Sulu. Oh my.
Yeah. I'm still working on my Tony the Tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait! We have a sports.
We got a late sports report here in from Mike.
3-0 Canada over Finland.
Oh, in the World Junior Hockey.
Wow.
Okay, you hockey puck. It's 3-0.
Whatever.
Thank you, DC.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
Came out great. It's one of my favorite cups that sit here.
Well, I tried to do Schnee as if he was a Hanna-Barbera character. So
yeah, it came out great. And then I don't know if I showed this before, but I just got this from the Pop Goes the 60s.
We'll have to get rid of those in a couple of weeks.
After his wife passed away, I went and tried to support the family, got a T-shirt and got this. Trying to give him a little
great
support.
graphic.
So that's good.
Hey kids, I'm sorry, but I think it's about time I have to shut this down. So, thank you to everyone who came.
We'll be back Sunday.
To Jeff, to Tim, to DC, to Robert P, and all you, Stephen Schnee, and all you famous people over there typing and stuff. And we're going to check in for the last time on Boxing Day. Who won the
We
fight?
declare both of them champions.
Well, they both get a medal. How big is PC after all? I'm looking at this thinking this isn't PC, and then they both get a medal. It's completely oh, how great.
It's a Boxing Day miracle, I tell you.
That's what's wrong is everybody gets a medal.
Not when I grew up and when I grew up. Good night, everybody.